Imagine a city so polluted, so overwhelmed with human waste, that the government literally cannot function, members of parliament gagging, curtains soaked in chemicals, people covering their faces just to walk outside. This wasn't a slow decline. This was a breaking point in the summer of 1858. London was hit by a crisis so foul, so unbearable, that it became known as the Great Stink, and what caused it was something every single person in the city contributed to. By the mid-1800s, London was the largest city in the world. Over 2 million people packed into a space that simply wasn't designed to handle that many lives. There was no modern sewage system, no proper waste disposal, no real understanding of sanitation. Most homes relied on cesspits, underground holes where waste collected. When they overflowed, they leaked into the streets. And eventually, everything made its way into one place: the River Thames. The River Thames wasn't just a river anymore. It had become a thick, slow-moving mixture of sewage, industrial waste, animal carcasses, and garbage. Factories dumped chemicals directly into it. Slaughterhouses emptied blood and remains into the water. And millions of people unknowingly contributed to what was essentially a giant open sewer. The smell was always bad, but in 1858, it became something else entirely. The summer of 1858 was brutally hot. Temperatures rose. The water level of the Thames dropped, exposing layers of rotting waste beneath the surface. Heat intensified the smell to a level people had never experienced before. It wasn't just unpleasant, it was overwhelming. People described it as thick, choking, and inescapable. A smell that clung to your clothes, your skin, even your breath. You couldn't escape it, not in your home, not in the streets, not even in the heart of government. The Houses of Parliament sit right beside the Thames, which meant they were directly in the path of the stench. Members tried everything to block it out. They hung curtains soaked in disinfectant chemicals. They covered windows. They even considered temporarily relocating the government, but nothing worked. The smell seeped through everything. Debates were cut short. Meetings became unbearable. At times, lawmakers could barely stay in the room. For the first time, the crisis could no longer be ignored. At the time, people believed in something called miasma theory, the idea that diseases were caused by bad smells in the air. And to be fair, it made sense, because outbreaks of cholera were tearing through London. Thousands had already died in previous years, so when the Great Stink hit, people weren't just disgusted. They were terrified. They believed the smell itself could kill them. Life in London became unbearable. Businesses near the river struggled to operate. People avoided entire areas of the city. Some tried to leave altogether. The Thames, once the heart of London, had become a symbol of decay. And yet, for years, nothing had been done till now, because this time, the people in power were suffering too. The Great Stink forced action. Finally, the government approved a massive engineering project to fix the problem once and for all, and at the center of it was one man, Joseph Bazalgette. Bazalgette designed an entirely new sewer system network of underground tunnels that would redirect waste away from the city and prevent it from entering the Thames. Was one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects ever attempted at the time. The scale of the project was enormous. Over 1,000 miles of sewers were constructed. Massive embankments were built along the river. And for the first time, London had a system designed to handle its growing population. It didn't happen overnight, but it worked. The Thames slowly began to recover, and the deadly cycles of disease started to decline. Today, the Great Stink is remembered as one of the most bizarre moments in British history, a time when a city was nearly brought to a halt by its own waste, but it was also a turning point. Forced change. It saved lives. and it transformed London into a modern city, all because the smell became impossible to ignore. History isn't always wars or kings. Sometimes, it's a smell so bad it changes everything. If you want more bizarre, forgotten stories like this, subscribe to Vault of Yesteryear, and I'll see you in the next one.